Good evening, baseball fans. Welcome into tonight's broadcast, the playoff edition here of the Venice baseball broadcast. Josh Grant here on the call as your Indians take on the Northport Bobcats, the number 3 seed Indians versus the number 6 seed Northport Bobcats. Indians come in 13-12 overall record, and the Bobcats 12-12 overall record, but not nearly the strength of schedule the Indians have played thus far this season. Let's take a look at your starting lineup for your Indians, brought to you by Venice Island Boat Rentals. Leading off is your shortstop, number 5, Brady Shoemaker. Batting second in left field, number 11, Jeremiah Pachota. Batting third is the catcher, number 4, John Embry. Batting cleanup, the designated hitter, number 28, Trent Adrian. Batting fifth at third base is number 6, Nick Dunn. Batting sixth, the second baseman, number 3, David DeBrule. Batting seventh at first base is number 26, Hunter Purcell. Batting eighth is your right fielder, number 10, Jackson Lucas. And batting ninth is the center fielder, number 14, Carter Cox. There's a look at the defense for your Indians: Pachota, Cox, and Lucas, Dunn, Shoemaker, DeBrule, Purcell, Embry, and Winterhalter. As always, this pregame show is brought to you by Gemini Apparel. Coach going with Nate Winterhalter tonight, looking ahead towards tomorrow night and possibly Thursday. Going with Winterhalter, I believe this is his, I'll have to go back and take a look. I believe this is his first or second start of the season, but gives the Bobcats a different kind of look here at the starting pitcher, and hopefully can set up the bullpen the rest of the way this week. Jackson Lucas likely start tomorrow night, but not sure, as that information, Coach kind of keeps that one under wraps before, well before the game. So again, the Bobcats come in 12-12, have scored 130 runs and have allowed 125 runs. So they've had some big wins, 11-0 over Booker, but they've had some big losses, 13-0 loss to Sarasota, a team that the Indians allowed just one run to in 2 games this season, and the Indians scored 12 against. They had a couple of shutouts there in a string, 16-1 win over Bayshore, but not much in the way. They have come in winners of 4 of their last 5, beating Hardy, DeSoto, Riverdale, and Booker 21-2 before falling to Parish Community in their regular season finale on April 27th. Again, it's the Bobcats and your Indians here as the pregame introduction is just about to get underway. We'll take a quick break here on the Venice Baseball broadcast. Don't go anywhere. First pitch is just a couple of minutes away. You are watching the 2023 FHSA Baseball District Tournament Quarterfinal here on the Venice Baseball Network. Again, let's take a look at the starting lineup for your Indians. Well, take a look at the starting defense as Jeremiah Pachota in left, Carter Cox in center, and Jackson Lucas in right, Nick Dunn at third, Brady Shoemaker at shortstop, David Rule at second, Hunter Purcell at first, catching is John Embry, and on the mound, Nate Winterhalter here on the Gemini Apparel pregame show. Thanks for joining us out there on Venice Indian Baseball. Top of the first, sponsored to you by the Venice Pier Group. If you haven't been there, if you haven't been to Venice, Sharky's on the Pier, Fins at Sharky's Snook Cave, and Siesta Beach Eats. Check them out all on Facebook and online and see what Venice has, see what the Venice Pier Group is all about. It'll be myself and Jeffrey Fulcher will be here on the way in just a couple of minutes in this district tournament opener here for your Venice Indians. Rights to this broadcast of the district tournament in the FHSAA Class 7A Baseball Championship have been granted to Venice Indian Baseball by the Florida High School Athletic Association and is intended solely for the enjoyment of our viewing audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Florida High School Athletic Association is prohibited. Braden Spain will lead it off here for the Bobcats against the righty Nate Winterhalter. And I believe this is his first start of the season. According to MaxPreps.com, Winterhalter is 1-1 with a 1.35 ERA in 10 appearances. And getting the start here tonight for your Indians. As first pitch is over for strike one. Spain, according to MaxPreps.com, a 182 hitter in 24 games for the Indians. 12 hits, 11 runs, 3 RBI, and 1 extra base hit. The 0-1, that one misses low, and the count is even now at 1-1. Wind blowing a bit from right to left. Not as bad as it was a couple of nights ago. So I just got done filing my auto insurance claim as my basketball hoop fell on top of my car. As that 1-1 is fouled, and Winterhalter's ahead in the count here, 1-2. It didn't move much during Hurricane Ian, even though we had over 100-mile-an-hour winds, but that wind pushed the basketball hoop right on the top of my car. So the wind's not nearly as bad tonight. Winterhalter looking for the first K. That one is grounded over to Shoemaker. He'll scoop it up and fire to Purcell. Put out goes 6-3, and there's one out here in the ball game. That'll bring up Joshua Dorfield, tonight's starter for the Bobcats. Dorfield hitting .348 on the season. 24 hits, 12 RBI, a double, a triple, and a home run. As he grounds that one right back up the middle. Shoemaker dives to his left, makes the play. Can't get the throw in time. What a great play by Brady Shoemaker. It's an infield single for Dorfield, and the Bobcats have a runner on first with one out. Shoemaker did everything he could to get Dorfield at first, but it was just a tad late. Outstanding defensive play by Shoemaker. So Indians will be at double play depth. As Andrew Nelson steps in. Courtesy runner in for Dorfield. First pitch just misses outside and low for ball one. I wish I could see. If I can see, I'll let you know. Nelson, 354 on the season. 8 doubles and a triple, and he swings and misses on that one for strike one. I think with all these old eyes up here, we'd have a pair of binoculars. One ball, one strike, one away here to Nelson. And Winterhalter checks on the runner at first. Help us out here, kid. If he checks on him again, we should be able to see with the camera. The 1-1 curveball, that's in there for strike two. Good pitch by Nate. So he comes to his set. The 1-2 misses just low. And the count is even. The 2-2 pitch off the end of the bat. Winterhalter goes to second for one. Can Shoemaker make the throw? He's safe at first. It's a fielder's choice. The runner's out 1-6 at second base. And Nelson's on here with 2 outs for Zachary Mitchell. Mitchell hitting .313 on the season with 3 doubles and 12 RBI. Nate had to hesitate a bit for Shoemaker to get to the base. That first pitch fastball is off the inner part of the bat and up down to Dunn at third. He's got to make a good throw, and he does. But out goes 5-3, and that's it here in the first for the Bobcats. We go to the bottom half of the first. First time for the good guys up on offense. Shoemaker, Pachota, and Embry, first 3 up. We'll be right back here on the Venice Baseball Network. Welcome to Venice Sports Cards and Collectibles. From sports cards, collectible items, autographed memorabilia, video games, action figures, and the widest array of Pokemon cards and items in the area, we have everything that you need. Join us on the last Saturday of every month for Trade Night from 3 to 6 p.m. and every Friday night for Pokemon Game Night from 6 to 10 p.m. Venice Sports Cards and Collectibles, where you're never too old to be a kid again. Sportsmanship is having pride in your school, your team, and yourself. Sportsmanship is respect for the game and those who play it. The Florida High School Athletic Association reminds you to take on the responsibility of good sportsmanship. Play strong, play hard, play fair. This message is provided by this station and the FHSAA. Brady Shoemaker leads it off here in the bottom half of the first for your Indians. It's Shoemaker, Pachota, and John Embry. And the first pitch misses outside for ball 1. Josh Dorfield, the starter for Northport tonight. A lefty. As that 1-0, that one misses upstairs. The count goes to 2-0. Heavily stacked top of the lineup for the Indians. First 6 hitters are righty against Dorfield. Last 3 are lefty. The 2-0 is misses inside and low. Count goes to 3-0. The 3-0, that one misses outside. And it's a 4-pitch walk to lead it off here for Brady Shoemaker. Shoemaker hitting .370 on the year. As Jeremiah Pachota steps in, hitting .267 with a double and 4 RBI. Northport expecting the bunt here. First baseman in shallow infield. As the first pitch is high, and that's 5 balls in a row to start this game off for Dorfield. I saw a TikTok that looked like this a couple of days ago. The 1-0, he goes over to check on Shoemaker at first. Saw a TikTok of the Savannah Bananas a couple of days ago where all 3 players, there were 3 players on the mound, and one of them had the ball. The hitter did not know which one did. They are close. They are that close here. First baseman about 10 feet to the left of the pitcher. The 1-0, Pachota chops at that one into the manufactured home park down the right field line for strike 1. Next year, we got to have a counter for those. Oh, did they? That's funny. Shoemaker with the lead off first, the 1-1. That one gets away from the catcher. Shoemaker scampers up to second. And it's 2-1 now to Pachota. That'll go down as a wild pitch. So runner in scoring position here to start this one off. Talking about the Boston Bruins up here in the press box tonight. Talk about an absolute all-time choke job. 3-1 now to Pachota's. That one is upstairs. The only strike Dorfield has thrown tonight was actually a ball. Pachota just went upstairs to chop at it. So running off second, 3-1 count out of the senior left fielder. He squares around a bunt, and that one's upstairs for ball 4. So runners on first and second now. That'll get a visit from the Northport manager out to talk to his lefty. We'll be right back here on the Venice Baseball Network. Mountain Conference is over as John Embry steps in. Embry hitting .276 on the year with a home run, a double, and 6 RBI in the 3-hole spot for your Indians. Runners on first and second. Brady Shoemaker at second. Pachota at first. And Dorfield has pretty much thrown 9 balls here tonight. The lone strike came on a ball that was well out of the zone that Jeremiah Pachota chopped at. So needless to say, struggling to find any resemblance of the strike zone so far as Dorfield. As that first pitch misses outside again. And just look it until you find one to hit. No need to go chasing and overextending yourself. Make Dorfield come in. The 1-0, that one misses low. And it's ball 2. That's 10 balls now for Dorfield. The 2-0 fastball. That one misses low again. And it's 3-0. Dorfield a pitch away from walking. The bases loaded here in the top of the first. The 3-0. That one's ball 4. And another 4-pitch walk loads the bases for Trent Adrian. And that'll get action down to the Northport bullpen. As it's number 16, Colin Sowers. Evan Ellsworth will run at first for Embry. So again, 16, Colin Sowers warming for the Bobcats. 17, Ellsworth running for Embry. And Trent Adrian up at the plate. As that first one misses upstairs for ball 1. Adrian hitting .276 on the season. The 1-0 fastball is in there for strike 1. And you hate to keep seeing it, but you got to call like it is. The 1-1, that one is in the dirt at the feet of Adrian. Count goes to 2-1. The 2-1 just misses inside, and it's 3-1. Nick Dunn on deck. He needs a pitch away from scoring the first run of the ball game, all on walks. The 3-1, big hack and a miss. And the count is now full. The 3-2 pitch skied over the bag at first base in a shallow right field. The second baseman will camp under it. The throw comes home, and nobody's there. As it's a pop out for Adrian. And that was an opportunity for the Indians. As there's one out now here for Nick Dunn. Brady could have easily scored from third on that. Nick Dunn hitting .281 on the season with a home run last week against Parrish, 2 doubles and 5 RBI. And has struggled mightily as of late. The first pitch is in there for strike 1. Home run was a good confidence booster, but got to put consecutive good at-bats together here for Dunn. The 0-1, that one hits him, and that brings home the first Indians run of the ball game. Indians with a 1-0 lead. Walk, 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 a pop out, and now a hit by pitch. So it's an RBI for Dunn. Pachota moves to third, Embry to second, and that'll bring up David DeBrule. The Indians have loaded the bases and have scored a run, but have not registered a hit yet. Let's see what David DeBrule can do. As that one, he has to move his foot, get out of the way for ball 1. The 1-0 fastball is in there for strike one, right on the outside part of the plate. So now Pachota at third, Ellsworth at second, and Dunn at first. The 1-1, that one is popped over to the right side of the infield. First baseman struggles a bit with it, but puts it away for out number 2. And the Indians got to come away here in this inning with more than one run. Is that to bring up Hunter Purcell?
First baseman, number 26, Hunter Purcell.
Purcell hitting .207 on the season. Key RBI spot here for the Indians. Cannot finish with just one run on the board. So that first pitch is in there for strike one. First of 3 lefties at the bottom of the lineup for the Indians. The 0-1 swung on and missed for strike 2. Purcell way out in front of that one. And Pachota at third, Ellsworth at second, Dunn at first. Want to bring him in. The 0-2 misses outside. Count goes to 1-2. Too close to take. Dorfield looks in. He comes to a set. The pitch, 1 ball, 2 strikes, misses outside. The count is even now. Deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The 2-2 pitch in the dirt gets through the wickets of the catcher, who goes home to get Pachota, and he's safe at home. Jeremiah Pachota slides in front of the tag, and the Indians have a 2-0 lead. That ball took a great hop off the backstop for the catcher, Mitchell. If he would have just flipped to the pitcher, he would have gotten Pachota dead to rights. But instead, he took it himself. And the Indians extend their lead to 2-0. That'll move Ellsworth up to third, Dunn to second. And it's full to Purcell. The 3-2 on its way. Again, gets through the legs of the catcher. Ellsworth runs home, and it's 3-0. Purcell takes the turn at first. The throw goes down to second. Dunn's coming home. He slides. He's safe. Smart base running by Hunter Purcell, as the Indians now take a 4-0 lead. Great job by the senior to coax the throw down out of Mitchell.
Right field, Jackson Lucas.
And now Purcell's at second for Jackson Lucas. That first fastball is upstairs for ball 1. Lucas on the season, 273 hitter. The 1-0 fastball is in the dirt. Good stop by Mitchell, and it's 2-0. And here's where the experience comes in of playing these tougher teams. The Indians do not have a hit yet, but have 4 runs on the board. And shows the inexperience of the Bobcats team. That catcher never should have thrown that ball down to second. The 2-0, that one's in there for strike one. No, is it a ball? Okay. Well, it's pretty close. So it's 3-0 now to Jackson Lucas. Carter Cox on deck. The 3-0, that one misses upstairs. It's another walk, the 5th of the inning. And the inning continues. Runners on first and second now for Carter Cox. Carter hitting .286 on the season with a triple. That coming in the Indians' 11-1 win over Sarasota at Cool Today Park. It nearly went out. The first pitch upstairs buzzes Cox back for ball one. $25 balls this inning for Dorfield. The 1-0 is fouled for strike one. Yeah. 1-1 count now with 2 away. And he goes over to first to try and get Lucas at first, who dove back in just ahead of the tag. Hey, almost got him. The 1-1 curveball is in there for strike two. And Dorfield's ahead in the count. And runners on first and second. Comes to the set. The 1-2 pitch. Strike three looking. Dorfield strikes out Carter Cox to end the first inning. The Indians score 4 runs, but do not have a hit here in the first. As we go to the top half of the second, Reed Backstrom, Landon Davidson, and Ryan Plater, first 3 up for the Bobcats. We'll be right back on the Venice Baseball Network. Tonight's game of the 2023 FHSA Class 7A Baseball Championship is sponsored by the Florida High School Athletic Association. The FHSA is a democratic organization with a membership of more than 800 middle and senior high schools, all committed to ensuring that Florida student athletes can compete fairly and equitably in an educational environment. The Florida High School Athletic Association, building leaders through teamwork, sportsmanship, and citizenship. First pitch misses outside for ball one to Reed Backstrom. Josh Grant here on the broadcast, working quickly. The 1-0 is in there for strike one. American Legion Novell Post 159, the top of the third inning sponsor here of the Venice Baseball Network. They're watching now. NovellPost159.org for all of your information as the 1-1 is popped over to Pacell at first. He fights the sun and puts it away for out number one. Indians score 4 runs in the bottom half of the first, do not have a hit yet. At one point had bases loaded, no outs, bases loaded, 1 out, bases loaded, 2 outs. And then Hunter Pacell was down to his last strike, but a walk and then basically 2 wild pitches helped score the runs. And some smart base running by Pacell as that first one's over for a strike, as he walked and then sprinted around first base and ran towards second. The catcher threw down, allowing Nick Dunn to come home for the score. The 0-1, that one misses, and it counts even now at 1-1. But got to put better at bats together. The 1-1, big swing and a miss for strike 2. As Winterhalter looking for his first strikeout of the night. A 1-2 pitch, grounded over to DeBrule at second. He fields it cleanly and goes to Pacell. Put out goes for 3. And there's 2 away here in the second inning. The Indians the Novell Post 159 has the Kentucky Derby this Saturday. 50-50 drawing hat contest and horse racing. NovellPost159.org for more information. That one's line into the gap at second base. Ryan Plater's on with the second hit of the night for the Bobcats with a 2-out single. One of the reasons why Major League Baseball went to the pitch clock this season is because, and it was recorded through social media, I believe it was John Boy, timed out a couple of pitchers in between hitters, as that one is lofted over the head of second baseman David DeBrule for the second hit of the inning, third hit of the day for the Bobcats. There's runners on first and second for Evan Egloff. So there's some great, I believe it was John Boy, put together some pieces of some pitchers taking longer in between pitches than the Kentucky Derby took in its entirety. As that first pitch misses for ball 1. So one of the many benefits of the Major League Baseball pitch clock, we've talked about it enough this season, we won't go into it, but Kentucky Derby this weekend, I'm not a fan. Doesn't mean I have anything against it. It's just not for me. The 1-0 misses outside. Count goes to 2-0. You guys Kentucky Derby fans? Anybody?
I watch Secretariat every Kentucky Derby.
Every Saturday for the Kentucky Derby?
Every year it's a thing.
You know, I found out, the store called Ariat. You ever see those kids wearing Ariats, like rugged cowboy gear? It was named after Secretariat. They just used the second half of the name. And I found that out in Nashville. I didn't know that all these people were wearing these Ariat hats. The 2-1 swung on and missed for strike 2, and the count is even.
That movie is awesome. I love that story. Plus, Diane Lane's been a big fan of Diane Lane since
Plater at second, Scott at first. The 2-2 on its way from Winterhalter. The fastball is fouled down the third baseline. And we'll stay here. Northport, even with 3 hits tonight, has not gotten solid contact off of Winterhalter. Couple of duck snort pop flies out to right field. And the single up the middle. But that's what all the braking stuff does from Winterhalter. Really keeps you off balance. The 2-2 swung on and missed, but it's fouled into the glove of Embry. He can't hang on. And we'll stay here. Count stays 2-2. Winterhalter's got to find that put-away pitch here. The 2-2 misses just outside, and the count goes full now at 3-2. Got a battle here. Come back with a good pitch. The 3-2 fastball is fouled down into the Indians' dugout. And Egeloff's battling here against Winterhalter. Egeloff hitting just 148 on the season. 8 hits, 2 triples, and a double. The 3-2, that one is sky to the right side of the infield. DeBrule finds it and puts it away for out number 3. The Bobcats put runners on first and second, but Winterhalter shuts the door. And we go to the bottom half of the second. Top of the lineup, Shoemaker, Pachota, and Embry, first 3 up. We'll be right back here on the Venice Baseball Network. Judy, Roger, Connie, Barbie, Pam. And as always, checking in for a little bit of playoff baseball here tonight. Your Indians with a 4-0 lead. Josh Grant here on the call, still looking for their first hit of the ball game as Brady Shoemaker steps in to lead it off, just as he did last inning. First pitch is in there for strike 1. That was the first pitch strike for Dorfield tonight. And there's strike 2. 0-2 count to Shoemaker, who walked and then scored one of the 4 runs for the Indians in the first. The 0-2 pitch is lined into the right center field gap. That one's going to get down for the Indians' first base hit of the night. And that'll bring up Jeremiah Pachota. Just a little dinker into right center field. Gets the job done. Pachota also walked in the first and then later scored. And they're going to bring in their no bunt defense here. First baseman parallel with the mound as that pitch is high. Pachota thought about it but did not go for ball 1. First baseman Ryan Plater is parallel with the pitcher. So to me, that kind of takes away the pickoff attempt by Dorfield. Shoemaker can take off. The 1-0 is popped foul back into the net for strike 1. See, with the pitcher standing parallel to the mound, he's also parallel to first base. So if Dorfield tries to pick off Shoemaker at first, Plater's got to get out of the way pretty quickly. The 1-1, that one bounces in the dirt for ball 2. Yeah, if I'm sending Shoe on this one. And he tries to get the pick attempt at first. This is the second baseman covering. Yeah, he's literally parallel with Dorfield. As Shoemaker takes off. That one slapped right through the hole at second base. Shoemaker comes around second. He'll pull into third. Pachota's trying to get to second. The throw comes into the pitcher. Pachota slides safely head first once again. It's a single and an error on the center fielder to allow Pachota to go to second. And runners on first and second, or second and third now for John Embry. Embry, the third of 3 walks in a row in the first inning for Dorfield. As that first pitch is upstairs for ball 1. Want to know count to Embry. The 1-0 fastball is in the dirt for ball 2. Indians had no hits in the first inning and 2 hits in the first 2 batters here in the second. The 2-0, that one's upstairs. And he's a pitch away from walking the bases loaded. Dorfield with the 3-0. Embry gets underneath that one, skies that to center. Should give enough room for Shoemaker to tag and score. The throw comes into third base, and Pachota's safe at third. It's a sac fly for Embry, and it's 5-0. As Trent Adrian steps in. Adrian flew out to second with the bases loaded in the first. As that first pitch is low and inside for ball 1. The 1-0 curveball, that one bounces and gets away from the catcher. Pachota comes in, does not slide head first this time to extend the Indians' lead to 6-0. So now Adrian has the opportunity to work here with a clean canvas, nobody on base. The 2-0, that one misses low, and it's 3-0. Nick Dunn on deck. The 3-0 fastball is in there for strike one. Counted today, 19 school days left in the 2022-2023 school year. The 3-1, that one is grounded over to third baseman, who makes a one-hop throw to the first baseman Plater. Good scoop. Put out goes 5-3, and there's two away. Dunn was hit by a pitch and had the first RBI of the night for the Indians. Where did this year go? 19 school days left.
Oh, I am sure that there are many teachers in that classroom, Josh, that feel like they've been in the classroom for a decade.
So I agree. And today was even tougher because as a teacher of a all technology class, we had no internet for half the day today. So good way to start your week on a Monday, right? Couldn't even print anything out today. So hopefully tomorrow the tech we built relationships. We talked about things and enjoyed each other's company. It's amazing learning how to talk to each other. The 0-1, that one's upstairs, evens the count at 1-1. You got to keep them occupied somehow. You tell them stories about. They were really interested. I got a chance to see the Savannah Bananas on Friday night. They were really interested to hear about that. As the 1-1 is upstairs, count goes to 2-1. Absolutely, it is. If you're going to watch a baseball game, your expectations are not going to be fulfilled. It is a show, and it's a fun show. Like if you're going to watch a pitcher's duel to go see the Savannah Bananas play anybody, you might as well not even buy the tickets. But the family-friendly atmosphere, as it's 3-1 now to Nick Dunn, the 3-1, that one misses low for ball 4. Dunn now on base twice tonight, once with a hit by pitch, the other with a walk, and that'll do it here for Doorfield. As the Northport manager heads to the mound to pull his lefty. We'll be back here. The Indians with a 6-0 lead and a runner on first for David DeBrule. We'll be back in just a moment. Back here, bottom half of the second, David DeBrule steps in. Indians with 2 runs on the board here in the second. and looking for more. 2 outs with Nick Dunn at first. Pitch fastball is in there for strike one. New pitcher is number 16, Colin Sowers. And it took Dorfield, poor Dorfield, Josh Dorfield, struggled mightily to say the least. As that 0-1 pitch is in the dirt. It took him until the 4th hitter of the ball game to get a called strike. As Jeremiah Pachotto, the count was 3-1 in the first, where he tomahawk chopped one down the first baseline. And it took until the 4th hitter of the ball game for the Indians to get that called strike. And Sowers here does it on his first pitch. The 1-1 big swing and a miss for strike 2. And David Abreu, 0 for 1 tonight, flew out to the first baseman in the first. The 1-2 from Sowers. Dunn takes off. It's a grounder down to the third base. He hits off of his glove and goes into left field. Dunn comes around second. He's heading for third. It's a single for DeBrule. And Dunn is out 6-5 at third base. And that'll do it here in the second for the Indians. 6-0 lead. We go to the top half of the third. Top of the lineup for the Bobcats. Spain, Dorfield, and Nelson, first 3 up. We'll be right back here on the Venice Baseball Network. Braden Spain will lead it off here for the Bobcats in the top half of the third. New pitcher for the Indians is called the bullpen, sponsored you by Next Level Property Care, is the senior Trent Adrian, who takes over for Nate Winterhalter. Got to save Winterhalter for the further rounds here as Adrian gets an appearance, and the first pitch is outside for ball 1. Josh Grant here on the Venice Baseball Network. That 1-0 is lined to Shoemaker at short. He takes a couple steps to his right and puts it away for out number 1. Adrian came into tonight's ball game over 5 appearances, 1 start, and with an 0-1 record. As that first pitch is lined over to DeBrule at second. He'll flip to Pacell at first. And 3 pitches in, Trent Adrian has 2 outs here in the top of the third. As that'll bring up the second baseman, number 2, Andrew Nelson. Nelson reached on a fielder's choice in the first. As that first pitch fastball is high and tight for ball one. The 1-0, same spot, same result for Adrian. And it's 2-0. Should the Indians continue this pace, we'll travel tomorrow night, playing the second round, the district semifinals against a team TBD as other games are going on right now. 2-1 count. Now to Nelson. The 2 on that one is pop foul down the first baseline. And we'll reset. We'll not have the game tomorrow night from wherever it shall be. But hopefully be back with you on Thursday for the district championship. TBD. The 2-2 swung on and missed, strike three. The first punch out of the night for the Indians. As the Bobcats go away quietly, 1-2-3 here in the third. We go to the bottom half. 7-8-9. Purcell, Lucas, Cox, first three up. We'll be right back here on the Venice Baseball Network. Congrats to Jeffrey Fulcher, made the 13-14 Little League All-Star team today.
Appreciate you, Josh. Really put in all that effort and work and, finally paid off. So I'm excited.
Josh Grant and Jeffrey Fulcher here as he so graciously makes his presence known in the press box.
Yeah, I just ran here from the Little League field. So not quite, not literally.
You mean from the parking lot?
From the parking lot, yes.
As that first pitch is lined foul for strike one. Well, Jeffrey, here you go. You can read the next corporate sponsor promo. Read.
All right, thank you for our corporate sponsor promo. The Florida High School Athletic Association recognizes its corporate partners who help make the FHSAA baseball championships possible. Team IP, the official merchandising company of the FHSAA, Gatorade Thirst Quencher.
As that one is lined into center field, pop fly into center field. 4 outs. Number one here in the bottom half of the third.
Herf Jones, the official supplier of championship rings for the FHSAA. Spectrum Sports, the official television partner of the FHSAA. Max Preps, official scores and statistics of the FHSAA. GoFan, official online ticket provider of the FHSAA. The NFHS Network, the official online partner of the, you guessed it, FHSAA. And Wilson, provider of the official game ball for the 2023 FHSAA Baseball Championships.
That's what happens when you show up late.
Woo! I killed
you
that.
You get the longest read of the night as Jackson Lucas steps in, who walked in the fifth, one of five, and the first one of 5 walks that inning for Dorfield. First pitch misses low and outside for ball one.
You were talking about Savannah Bananas?
I did talk about Savannah Bananas, but I'm a little worried about you. If you made an all-star team, you are breathing heavy right now. You're breathing like a 38-year-old man.
I'm managing the all-star team, Josh. So
the 1-0, that one's grounded over to the second baseman, Nelson, who flips to first. Put out goes 4-3, and there's 2 away here in the third. Yeah, I was just talking about my experience on Friday, the Savannah Bananas. Yeah. Just a fun night, man.
No, that's great. That's great. I feel like baseball needs that. Just
well, again, and as I said to these guys, if you were going to watch a pitcher's duel, you're going to watch a baseball game. You will be sadly disappointed
Okay.
because it's entertainment. It's not
Yeah.
it's not like Major League Baseball.
Would you say it's Harlem Globetrotter-ish?
It is. It's just it's not as campy as the Harlem Globetrotters. It's not as cheesy as the Harlem
Okay.
Globetrotters,
All
but
right.
it's because they do still play baseball.
Okay.
I know the Globetrotters still play basketball, but the one thing that they can do that baseball players can't do is dunk.
Yes.
So they still got to hit the baseball. They still got to make the plays.
Yeah.
As it's 0-1 now, the count is even with that ball outside. Count goes to 1-1 to Carter Cox. As we're past the 8 o'clock hour here on the island of Venice, 77-degree night, beautiful night for playoff baseball.
Amen. Best time of the year.
The 1-1 big swing and a miss, and the count goes to 1-2.
Best time of the year. Baseball in May, for high school at least. No, after tonight, there's a large chunk of Florida that won't be having practice tomorrow.
The 1-2's high and outside. Count goes to 2-2.
I know a lot of tournaments, a lot of classes start their district play tonight, so there will be a lot of teams tomorrow that just season's over tonight.
This is it for him. The 2-2 curveball misses a bit high. That was a good pitch. Not sure where that one missed, but it's full now to Cox. If the catcher stayed down just another half second, that probably would have been called strike 3. The 3-2 pitch, high and outside, and that's ball 4 to Carter Cox.
Has this been the pattern of the game so far?
Well, there's only one player thus far tonight in the Indians lineup who's not been on base, and that's Trent Adrian. As we flip to the top of the lineup for Brady Shoemaker. Shoe's been on base both times, 1 for 1 tonight, and scored 2 runs.
Nice.
Great speed with Carter Cox at first. 0-3-1 for the Bobcats. 6-3-0 for your Indians. Cox takes off on the first pitch. The throw is in the right spot.
He's out.
Good throw by the catcher as Cox is cut down 2-4. And that'll do it here in the third. We're through 3 full. The Indians with a 6-0 lead. Top of the fourth, 4, 5, 6, Mitchell, Backstrom, and Davidson. First 3 out for the Bobcats. We'll be right back on the Venice Baseball Network. Top half of the fourth, the catcher, Zach Mitchell, steps in. 4-hole hitter for the Bobcats as he takes the first pitch from Trent Adrian, skies it over to Hunter Purcell at second base.
Purcell just caught that almost standing on second base.
Purcell with the whoever thought range when you hear Hunter Purcell at second base, but there's one out here. Just 10 pitches so far for Adrian. He's got 4 outs since coming in relief of Nate Winterhalter. As that first pitch is high for ball 1. Trying to find some scores here. Not
Yeah.
as easily accessible as they are during football season.
No, not at all.
The 1-1's in there for strike one.
I was trying to find their game changer, Ray? Sarasota's game changer.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here. Good pitch by Adrian on the corner for strike 2.
That's going to stay
The
fair.
1-2, that is nubbed off the end of the bat down to Pacell, who takes it to the bag himself. Putout goes 3 unassisted, and there's 2 away. So that'll bring up Landon Davidson.
Concession stand is open this evening featuring Paul Pockfair.
Davidson 0 for 1 tonight, grounded out 4-3. The first pitch is fouled over the right here for strike 1.
All right, I got a score. Sarasota's beating Lehigh 12-0 in the bottom of the 4th.
As the 0-1 is fouled down the third baseline, count is 0-2.
Riverview, hold on. Riverview is losing 0-2. Gulf Coast.
The 0-2, that one is grounded over to Dunn. He majors across the
I don't
shortstop.
like Dunn.
Shoemaker makes a strong throw upstairs for out number 3. It's a 5-3 ground out. The Indians set the Bobcats down in order 1-2-3 here in the top of the 4th. We go to the bottom half. It's top of the lineup again, third time through. Shoemaker, Pachota, and Embry, first 3 out. We'll be right back at the Venice Baseball Network. Bottom of the 4th, Brady Shoemaker, third time up tonight. As we start this inning off with the top of the lineup once again. Their first pitch is in there for strike 1. Josh Grant here on the call, as Jeffrey will occasionally pop in when he feels like it. The 0-1, that one misses low and outside, evens the count at 1-1. The 1-1 pitch on its way, and it's in there for strike 2. And Shoemaker's been on base both times tonight. Scored 2 of the 6 Indian runs. The 1-2 on its way. Good pitch, but it's low, and Shoemaker looks at it for ball 2. So as you heard in the last inning, Sailors with a 12-0 lead over Lehigh. Not surprising. So should the Indians and Sailors both hang on, be at Sarasota tomorrow night. The 2-2, that one misses outside and low, and the count goes to 3-2. And we'll not have that game tomorrow night. You can follow it on Game Changer, and we'll post that link on Facebook.
Or you can drive 20 minutes, right?
Yeah, you can drive 20 minutes. The 3-2, that one misses upstairs. And it's another walk for Shoemaker. As I'll bring up Jeremiah Pachota.
Well,
I was mainly speaking for
people
the
that
fans
can't.
in Maine and
Oh, okay. Yeah, right. Will
and
you
Ryan.
be attending tomorrow?
I will not. I will not be at Sarasota.
I'm undecided. I will probably be there, though.
Well, we know you're not very committed.
Oh, stop it.
Your commitment has been questioned by many of those
I bet.
here at Venice Baseball.
I bet.
As Pachota is 1 for 1 tonight, scored 2 runs. Top 3 hitters have scored 5 of the 6 Indian runs. And he'll check on over at Shoemaker at first. With that win, the Sailors will improve to 19-7 as the number 2 seed in the district.
And then if Gulf Coast,
as that one is skied into shallow left field. The left fielder comes in and puts it away for out number 1.
if Gulf Coast holds on to their lead, they'll play Lakewood Ranch tomorrow. I don't know if you said that or not.
I did not. I was actually just getting to.
Okay.
So thank you for stealing my line.
That's why I'm here.
Why are you here?
Good question. Good question.
As Embry walked in the first and then drove home a run on a sacrifice fly. So again, Shoemaker at first. The first pitch misses low for ball 1. Yeah, the Bananas, it was a really cool event.
Nice. I saw they were very, very interactive with their fans.
It's amazing at just how truly interactive they are with everybody.
Good. Sold out both nights, right?
Sold out both nights. Yep. Very hard to get tickets.
And then Saturday night, they even had an hour rain delay, but
they didn't get started till 7:45. And the cool thing is they know that it's very hard to get tickets. It was extremely hard for me to get tickets. I didn't get free tickets.
Okay.
I had to buy my tickets just like everybody else did. But they have the games on live on their YouTube page. You can watch them on your smart TV. So we were watching the game on Saturday. And of course, the kids wanted to go watch the game on Friday so they could see themselves on camera. And they saw themselves a couple of times.
Yeah.
As that one is lined into the hole at shortstop. So John Embry's on with a single. As Shoemaker moves up to second, there's 2 outs for Trent Adrian.
Is it for free? You can watch them on YouTube?
You can watch them for free on YouTube, yeah.
Wow.
They bring them right into your house because it is that hard to get tickets. You can't get tickets in Savannah. As Evan Ellsworth will run once again for Embry.
It's just impossible.
Well, I mean, they go on.
Sell out.
They sell out. They go on sale pretty early. And unless you get lucky like I did, you're not going to be able to get tickets.
I saw you were up in the press box and whatnot.
I did step up there. I've become friends with their PA announcer, Mark the Shark, who he's incredible because of the amount he's actually asked to do.
Yeah.
Where they play music all. It's constant music and constant like hype music, like really good stuff that gets people going, kid stuff, things that make people dance. Like that takes a lot.
Yes.
To actually be able to put together that kind of library.
So someone's got to know what they're doing.
And he knows what he's doing.
Someone knows how to put on a show.
That's
what it is.
That's exactly what it is. Everybody asks, how do they? It's not an easy job. So Trent Adrian, the lone Indian who is to reach base or has not reached base tonight, looks in that one for strike 1.
The Indians have been playing good baseball at the right time. want to be playing your best at the end when it matters most. So hopefully we can just carry this momentum and keep going. Like a snowball rolling down a hill.
The 0-1, that one is fouled down the first baseline for strike 2. But again, not to be that guy, but I'm going to be that guy. Bases loaded, no outs. They were basically 2 wild pitches and a base running error away from only scoring 1 run in that top of the first. So just got to put together some.
Yeah, you got to be able to score
at-bats.
runners when they're in scoring position.
It's Shoemaker at second, Ellsworth at first, and Shoemaker takes off. The pitch is line into right field. Shoemaker's got to get back to second. The throw comes into first. It gets away from the first baseman. Shoemaker now takes off for third, and he's safe.
No, Shoemaker. Go ahead.
It's a fly out to right, basically. But Shoemaker advances to third on the throw.
Shoemaker timed the pitcher up, perfectly. He got a secondary, and as soon as he lifted his leg, he was gone. So pitcher might have been one looking. But
they're going to rule it an error on the right fielder. So Nick Dunn steps in, hit by a pitch in the first, and then walked in the second. Yeah, the first pitch is upstairs for ball 1.
I was looking at the previous matchups. The last time we played Northport was in 2021 when we turned around and rolled them here. I think that was like either the last game of the year or the first round. No, it was the last game of the year. Eric Houston and Aiden Korn.
The 1-0 is popped. Foul down the first baseline. First baseman tries to get it, but he can't as it bounces off the top of the dugout for strike 1.
Merrick Houston and Aiden Korn both hit a home run that game. Speaking of Merrick hitting home runs, he hit one last night as well. Bomb to right field.
Looking at the MLB standings, it's a big series starting tomorrow night. And who would have thought? The Rays and the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Oh, boy.
The 23-6 Rays and the 20-9 Pittsburgh Pirates.
2 best teams in baseball, you could say.
A big midweek series starting tomorrow at the Trop before the Yankees come into town Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Which is sold out.
For the most part. They open up the third deck at the Trop, the most we've had since the playoffs in 2019. I believe that was the last time we opened the third deck. The 2-1. That one is lined down the first baseline. That's a fair ball. Shoemaker comes around to score. Ellsworth comes around third. He's being waved home. Dunn is around second. The throw comes in. He slides at home and he's safe. Nick Dunn with a 2 RBI double, and it's 8-0.
That ball was hit tremendously hard. That first baseman, he got a glove on it, but he touched it fair and just shot down the line.
5th hit of the night for the Indians. Yields the 8th run.
That ball was smoked.
As that'll bring up David DeBrule. Can't hit that ball much harder going opposite field than Nick Dunn just did. As that first pitch is fouled for strike 1. As the 0-1 is fouled for strike 2. 0-2 count out of DeBrule. The 0-2, that one gets away from the catcher, but not far enough for Dunn to score. As he has to put on the brakes quickly. The count goes to 1-2.
That one just didn't get quite far enough for Dunn to score without it being bang bang.
The single score is done. And he'll step out.
I don't know how this year's where the state semi and state championship dates fall, but I know last year it was on graduation. And if that's the same how it is this year, I know these seniors would rather be playing in a state championship game than walking across the stage.
So the baseball graduation's on May 19th. The baseball regional semifinals comes up on May 13th.
So it may be on there.
State championships are held between Wednesday to Saturday, May 17th to 20th, and Monday to Wednesday, May 22nd to the 24th at the Lee County Sports Complex. It would be the 7A finals on Tuesday, May 16th. So would not interfere with graduation.
So that's a plus.
DeBro fights another one off. Stays 1-2. Big swing and a miss. Strike three. Just the second strikeout of the night for the Bobcats. And we go to the fifth. Ryan Plater, Joseph Scott, Evan Egloff, 789. First three up. We'll be right back on the Venice Baseball Network. Welcome to Venice Sports Cards and Collectibles. From sports cards, collectible items, autographed memorabilia, video games, action figures, and the widest array of Pokemon cards and items in the area, we have everything that you need. Join us on the last Saturday of every month for Trade Night from 3 to 6 p.m. and every Friday night for Pokemon Game Night from 6 to 10 p.m. Venice Sports Cards and Collectibles, where you're never too old to be a kid again. Top of the fifth here from Venice High School. Josh Grant and Jeffrey Fulcher on the call. 7-8-9 up for the Bobcats as the Indians have a comfortable 8-0 lead. This call to the bullpen brought to you by Next Level Property Care. It's the lefty Hunter Purcell comes in relief of Adrian. So 2 for Winterhalter, 2 for Adrian.
Whoa.
And the first pitch sails over the umpire's head for ball one.
Now, let me tell you how important it is to not let your foot off, because since we play a playoff game so if we hold on to this win, we will play tomorrow. That means we need as much pitching as we can keep. So if we can end this game early and save arms, that is the ideal situation here.
The 1-0, that one misses upstairs. Count goes to 2-0. Congrats to the Lady Indian softball team who won game win of districts tonight with a 6-2 win over Riverview. Next up tomorrow against Lakewood Ranch at Lakewood Ranch at 7 p.m.
And Lakewood Ranch is always highly, highly ranked. I mean, they're like number one in the country year in and year out. So that will be a battle for sure.
So congrats to the softball team. As it's playoff time here, and the teams really kind of turn it up to a next level. 2-0 now is upstairs, and the count is 3-0 now to Ryan Plater. One of the 3 hits tonight for the Bobcats. The 3-0 fastball is in there for strike 1.
Yeah, Purcell just needs to know he has a very good defense behind him. Just fill up the zone.
The 3-1, that one misses low. It's a 5-pitch walk. Gives the Bobcats their first base runner since the 2nd inning. That'll bring up Joseph Scott. Scott 1 for 1 tonight. As that one misses upstairs for ball 1. The 1-0 swung on and missed. Evens the count at 1-1. The 1-1 is fouled, and Purcell is ahead in the count here, 1-2. Get a ground ball.
See if he can locate.
Purcell, and there's one away. Evan Egeloff, the 9-hole DH for the Bobcats, 0 for 1 tonight. And that first pitch misses upstairs. Purcell's just not getting the extension on his follow-through.
Yeah, he's not finishing down.
The 1-0 is in there for strike 1.
Yeah, in games like these where you got to play back-to-back in the playoffs, you got to be able to come in and fill it up.
The 1-1 swung on and missed for strike 2. It's a good pitch. That one out of the zone. Got Egeloff to chase it. The 1-2 pitch grounded over to Dunn at third. He'll go to second for 1. The throw to first is in time. 5-4-3 double play. Gets the Indians out of this one here in the top half of the 5th. We go to the bottom. It's Sweet Caroline time. 7-8-9. Purcell, Lucas, and Cox first 3 up. We'll be right back on the Venice Baseball Network. Bottom half of the 5th here for your Indians, Josh Grant and Jeffrey Fulcher here on the call as Justice Crockett will pinch hit here for Hunter Purcell. Getting his first at bat of the night. Indians with an 8-0 lead. That first pitch misses outside for ball one.
Crockett is a big sophomore. Big sophomore.
Kyle Bechtold on deck for Jackson Lucas. The 1-0, that one is skied into right center field. Right fielder comes over and puts it away for out number one. Thanks, Chuck. Don't fill his head any bigger than it needs to be, than it already is. You got a fan out there, Jeffrey.
Yeah. Yeah. Miss B texted me telling me they were listening. The whole fam's listening. Up there in Naperville. Probably freezing.
The first pitch to Bechtold misses outside for ball one. The 1-0 big swing and a miss by Bechtold, and it evens the count. I just pulled a Jeffrey Fulcher. I typed in Naperville and then wrote IL. IL instead of ILL.
And the same thing came up.
Yeah.
You gotta put temp. Yeah, there you go. 50 degrees.
50,
yeah,
no thank you. I mean, I love it. I love the cooler weather, but yes, he did. Yeah. The 2-1, that one line right back up the middle at the second baseman. He'll range across to his left and put it away. Put out goes 6-3 for outs number two. Oh, I have a treat for you. I found it today.
Okay. Don't tell me it's a song.
I found the song that I made for Jeffrey Fulcher.
I still have it on my phone.
Who had a propensity for getting thrown out on the base paths on a fairly consistent basis.
Oh, buddy.
And we'll go to break.
Yeah.
We will go to break with that today as the first pitch to Michael O'Connell is in there for strike one. Coach Faulkner emptying the bench here. The 0-1 is line right back up the chute at the center fielder. The second 3 and out tonight for the Bobcats. As we go to the sixth inning, you are watching the 2023 FHSA Baseball District Tournament quarterfinal here on the Venice Baseball Network. Baseball fans, the best games are yet to be played. Make plans to attend the 2023 Florida High School Baseball State Championships hosted by Lee County Sports Development. The action takes place May 17th through the 24th at Hammond Stadium in Fort Myers. Come on and watch state champions crowned in all 7 classifications. For more information, visit FHSAA.com. We'll be right back here on the Venice Baseball Network.
Enjoy the song, folks.
From the catcher, Fulcher slides, and Fulcher's out. Fulcher's out, trying to advance. Dow. Fulcher's out. Dow.
Well, thank you, Fletcher.
Fulcher is around third. Fulcher's chugging for home. He slides, and he's out. Out. And he's out.
Well, thank you, Fletcher.
He's out.
From the catcher, Fulcher slides, and Fulcher's out. Fulcher's out, trying to advance. Braden Spain leads it off here in the 6th. Top of the lineup for the Bobcats here on the Venice Baseball Network. Indians with continue with the 8-0 lead as the 1-0 is low and the count goes to 2-0. And I hope you enjoyed the musical stylings.
Yeah, that was great. That was great.
That's an all-timer. How many high school baseball players can say they
Probably zero.
had a song about them?
Probably zero.
The 2-0, that one is in there for strike one. Chuck, I love the cold weather. I love the cold weather. That's why we live in Florida. Exactly. No, I miss it. The 2-1 is swung on and missed for strike two.
Mr. B likes it here more. He's just giving us a hard time. He doesn't like the cold.
Purcell looking for another punch out here. The 2-2 fastball misses upstairs, and it goes full now at 3-2. Big fan of the cold. Hated playing baseball in the cold.
Yeah, I bet.
Football was fun in the snow, but baseball not so much fun in the snow.
I feel like your hands break off.
The 3-2 is grounded foul down the third baseline. Good play by the Northport head
There's
coach.
the throw. Wow.
We'll stay full.
Where? Where's
The town that still does not have a grocery store in it because, well, it's funny you say that, Ray, is that 3-2 is fly down the right field line and couldn't get it out there as Bechtold puts it away for out number one.
So the town has a golf course, but not a.
Yeah, it has a couple of golf courses, and actually the town next to us, the town next to us is called Dighton. So they have every spring, they have something called the Cow Chip Festival, where they go into the town square, basically, and there's a big field.
With a bunch of cows?
And they mark off the field with boxes, and they feed the cows, and people bet on where the cows are going to go to the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
And
That's interesting.
it's called the Cow Chip Festival.
Definitely.
As it's 2-0 now to Joshua Dorfield.
That's definitely a northern thing, huh?
I mean,
I don't see any town halls having cow poop offs here.
it was a big event there in Dighton as the 2-0. That one is grounded right back up the middle.
It was a big event.
Purcell will flip to Adrian at first. Put out goes 1-3, and there's two away. Not as interesting as the recent news out of Dighton, Massachusetts, but that's another story for another podcast on another day. As Andrew Nelson steps in, two away here in the top of the 6th. The first pitch curveball is in there for strike one.
Purcell has seemed to settle in, which is very, very nice to see.
Well, it's an important role for him right here now to chew up these innings.
Very important. Oh.
As that 0-1 misses and the count is even now at 1-1. I've had requests for the song. Need to put that on a demo tape by Sully, and Chuck wants a copy.
Yeah.
The 1-1 is in there for strike two.
Let's just say I got thrown out in like the least ideal situations. Least ideal.
That means every situation.
Not every.
The 1-2,
Not
that
every.
one misses low, and the count goes to 2-2.
Not every.
You were just really eager to get into the game.
I was. It didn't happen much.
Deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the 6th. Purcell looking to end this one. 1-2-3 once again. The 2-2 pitch line right back up the middle for a base hit for Andrew Nelson. The first hit since the second inning for the Bobcats and 4th hit overall. As the catcher, Zach Mitchell, will step in. He's had a lot of work behind the plate tonight. And that first pitch misses upstairs for ball one.
It's
The 1-0 gets by Embry.
Oh.
As Embry makes the throw down,
Oh,
gets
that
away,
hit him.
hits Shoemaker off the foot.
Hit someone. Yeah,
Oh,
hit
it
the
did
runner.
hit the runner on the foot. As Nelson heads up to second, it's 2-0 now to Mitchell.
And you just heard Joe K yell out there, catch the ball in front of the runner. So that doesn't happen. That's a real thing.
I told you it's a real thing. The 2-0 right back up the chute. Purcell goes behind the mound. Brule calls him off and puts it away. 4 outs. Number 3 here in the top of the 6th. We go to the bottom half of the 6th. 1, 2, 3. Shoemaker, Pachota, and Embry. First 3 out. We'll be right back here on the Venice Baseball Network. Bottom of the 6th, Brady Shoemaker up for his 4th time tonight. 4th time through the lineup here for the Indians. Still leading 8-0. Let's get a couple and go home. You are watching the 2023 FHSA Baseball District Tournament quarterfinal here on the Venice Baseball Network. Shoemaker
Sarasota
takes that one pitch low for ball 1.
Sarasota has won the game 12-0.
So the Indians, should they hang on here, will travel to Sarasota tomorrow night.
And Riverview is losing 6-1 to Gulf Coast in the bottom of the 4th.
So Jeffrey, in your broadcast training, you would say Gulf Coast is leading Riverview 6-1.
Okay.
You always go with the team that's winning first.
All right. Sounds good.
I'm teaching you.
I know.
The 1-2 misses low and inside for ball 2.
I'm a young Padawan, some would say.
Some would say that, but I won't. Is May the 4th coming up on Thursday? Is it Thursday? I've never seen
You really
Star
never seen
Wars.
it? I actually watched the very first one today.
I've tried. I can't do it, man.
You can't.
I've tried to get into it. I watched 10 minutes of it and thought, this is dumb. I'm moving on to something else.
Don't tell me you're a Star Trek kind of guy.
No,
though.
no,
Okay.
no.
Okay.
No. I don't want to have to see. I watch movies. The 3-2. That one's grounded down to the third baseman, deep in the hole. He's got to come up with a strong throw. Brady Shoemaker beats it out. It's a single for Shoe. His 4th time on base tonight and 2nd hit. As that'll bring up Jeremiah Pachota. If I have to think of what movies, like what order to watch them in, I don't want to watch it. Give me Star Wars 1, Star Wars 2.
Well, they have that.
No, they don't.
Yes,
There's
they
not a
don't.
single. No, that's not it.
They started at 4, 5, 6,
That's my point.
and then they went 1, 2, 3.
That's my point.
Because they had a master plan.
Yeah, no, they just needed to make more money than
No.
George Lucas as the first pitch misses high and outside for ball 1.
No, they knew it was going to be a massive, massive hit.
So 30 years later, they were like, wow, this is going to be a hit, and we are going to capitalize on this 30 years from now.
That's why they started off with 4, just in case.
No, they started off with 4 because they wanted a reason to make 1 to make more money.
Hey, someone's got paid a lot of money.
Hey, more, I will never make that. So if you can get it, get it.
God bless them. It's funny because those movies have so many like errors that are left in the actual thing. It's
because the storyline doesn't make sense. The storyline doesn't make sense. Starting off with the 4th movie and then having to go 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. Are they going to go like, where are they going to go next? I can't follow it. No, thank you. The 1-1, that one misses in the dirt for ball 2. Good block there by the catcher.
so what are you a Hunger Games guy? You a Divergent guy? What kind of guy are you?
I don't get to watch a lot of what I want to watch in my house, and every married guy will tell you that. It's 2-1, right? Misses outside. Count goes to 3-1.
You know what you should watch though? Air Jordan.
You mean, yeah, I would like to watch that. I would like to see that.
Very good movie. Very good. Rated R for a reason.
And Shoemaker with a good lead at first. The 3-1. Big swing and a miss by Pachoda. And the count is 3-2.
What did
Sully said fast and furious.
when the wife is
The 3-2 misses outside. It's another walk.
pretty
The 9th of the game drawn by the Indians as the 10th run is on first base now with no outs. And John Embry.
the morning of today.
The morning of today. Embry singled and then scored in the 4th. One swing of the bat could send the Indians to tomorrow night and the Bobcats home until next season as Embry fouls that one off for strike 1.
The wind's whipping the left field. Absolutely whipping. I mean, the wind's been whipping here the last couple days.
Well, I said it on the broadcast earlier. My basketball hoop fell on my car.
Oh,
as that one is grounded into the hole at short. The throw gets away from the second baseman. Shoemaker will come around. Pachoda ends up at third. And he takes off. The throw comes in. Jeremiah Pachoda slides, and the Indians win 10-0. And that's your ball game, folks. As the Indians advance to the regional semifinal tomorrow night at Sarasota, as the Sailors won their game earlier tonight against Lehigh.
If you can get there, get there. They're going to need us.
And there will not be a broadcast tomorrow night.
That'll be when we play Sarasota, that's always exciting. And now you got seasons on the line. So
season is on the line as your Indians take on the Sailors in the regional semifinal. If you're posting pictures from tonight's event on your social media accounts, tag the FHSAA and we'll retweet it and share it. Follow the FHSAA on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat by searching for FHSAA. You can also like us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/FHSAA. On the site, you can keep up with teams and people who strive to make high school athletics in the state of Florida the absolute best. That's facebook.com/FHSAA. So you can follow the Game Changer tomorrow night. We'll not have the broadcast for your Indians. You can follow the Game Changer. Check out the live play-by-play action. And we hope to see you again on Thursday night, wherever that may be. If we don't talk to you then, it's been thanks for tuning in each and every night here on the Venice Baseball Network. We fully anticipate seeing you on Thursday, but thanks as always for being great fans of the Venice Indians and cheer them on tomorrow as they head up to Sarasota to take on the Sailors. Jeffrey, thanks again for joining me.
Thank you, Josh, for having me.
And we hope to see you on Thursday.
Some more May Angels.
Have a great evening.
I have my Little League team doing that.